welcome to the Soulish Podcast. My name is Whitney Apke, and I am your host. I'm so excited that you are here to listen to my new podcast series, Soulish. Here, I'll be talking all about the ish of our souls. The ish being negative thought patterns, blockages, challenges, but also the victories, aha moments, and breakthroughs we experience in our mind, emotions, and will. We'll dive deep and talk about everything in between, of course. I'm excited to share my experiences and thoughts, as well as bring on guests who can help us make the connections between our spirit, soul, and body. It's my desire to uplift, encourage, and inspire you in each podcast. Well, hi, Soulish community. I am so excited for this episode. This is the topic of our chakras, our energy centers, that I have been really looking forward to discussing and sharing about all my research. And I'm really excited to dive deep into each individual chakra. And we're basically starting a new mini series with this episode. I am going to lay the overview, the foundation. You know, I like laying foundations. I'm going to lay the foundation for this series, this mini series in this episode. And this episode is going to be a really good go-to episode if you're like wanting a quick review of the chakras, the 7 energy centers that we have. And then the next 7 episodes are going to be about each individual chakra. I think this is really important that we dive into each individual one and really dedicate an episode for each center, because each center, energy center, is so important, and they relate to our soul and our physical bodies. They influence and how we feel, and they influence how we feel and how we relate to our world and how we relate to circumstances, because we can really feel either hypersensitive or we can feel a lack of sensitivity with things that go on in relationships and things like that. So it's really good to understand where that might be happening in you, in your energy or spirit body, and why maybe you're feeling like a lack of safety or a lack of security, or you feel like your words are really sharp and undercutting, and that even though it's coming from a good place, you're not communicating very well. And that's across the board with anyone and everyone that you're speaking with, that you're just not communicating right. And or you're not open to love or open to kindness and compassion. You feel like you have a lack of empathy towards people, compassion towards people, but you're not sure why, because it's not that you're like a cruel, awful person. It's just that for whatever reason, it's like not functioning, and it's not something that you're feeling like is coming naturally to you. Like all of a sudden it's like the want to just has dropped out of you, and you're like searching on the floor trying to find it, you know? And so that is a good indicator that your root chakra or your throat chakra or your heart chakra are out of balance or out of alignment in somehow, either spinning too fast, right? They're hyperactive, or that they're sluggish and slow and they're blocked and they're really like trying to move through, and they are having a hard time moving through each other, much less moving within themselves. And so it's really good to understand that, because then you can kind of self-diagnose in a way, and it actually helps you to go back into like meditation or prayer, and for you to really focus on that energy center and give it some love and some attention and some dedication and intention. And that way you're not only self-diagnosing, but you're self-healing, and you're restoring your energy and really being able to target, your body, your energy, spirit body, as well as then have that influence your thoughts and your emotions and the actions and reactions that you're experiencing and having and doing. And then as well, it influences your physical body. And there's a lot of research around this. Medical intuitives are all about this, because they can actually read your energy, spirit body, and they can tell you why you're feeling or experiencing a physical issue, ailment, disease, all of that. And so by healing your spirit and energy body, as well as touching on some soul issues that you may have been having or experiencing, or maybe something that's unhealed that is affecting your spirit energy body and center, that then it relates and it's eking out in your physical body, and that's why you're having a physical issue. So there's a lot that goes into this, and it's all connected, and that's why I know and believe that this conversation is very important. It's very important to understand every part of ourselves, right? So this is one facet of that, our chakras, our energy centers, and I'm so excited to start this mini series and then to dive deep into the 7 energy centers individually and break them down, and let's, get into it and talk about how it relates to us and our lives and all of that, and how we can heal and restore it. And I definitely want to share with you my experiences on getting my energy body read and my chakras read when I was going through a really hard time, just emotionally and mentally. And I just had it. I was so at a low point. I went to a place and got my energy read, and I didn't even tell this woman any details, and she read me like I had written her a letter of everything I had been feeling and thinking and all of that. And she hit it right on the nail just by asking some questions and then taking an energy picture reading. It was crazy. So I definitely want to share with you my experiences and how it has helped me in my life, in my healing journey, and just in my journey in general, and also my knowledge with helping people and recognizing, energy and all of that and where we're coming from. I'm really, really, really excited. And so I want to start by laying the foundation and having an overview of each chakra and just kind of where they're even located, and what they kind of influence and control, and when they develop and all of that, and what they represent. So I'm super excited to get into this. Chakras are the energy centers that generate and circulate energy in our spirit or energy bodies. And the chakras, the 7 main chakras, are vertically aligned, running from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. One thing I discovered when I went into my research and really was trying to understand chakras and all of that and just our energy bodies, I didn't know this, but we actually have chakras throughout our whole body, fingertips, wrist, and even collarbone or temple or top of your head. And so it's not just these 7 main centers that are the only chakras that we have. I like to call the other chakras kind of like energy doors, is what I like to call them, because they're where energy flows in and out of, where it flows through you. And so we have energy centers, like mini energy centers throughout our whole body. But these chakras, the 7 main energy centers, are where our energy generates and circulates. And that's really the main hub of these different energy types and centers. So it's really good to understand them and to discuss them, because then we can really identify where we are maybe lacking energy, or we have too much energy flowing because we're compensating for life circumstances and things like that. So it's good to know. But I didn't know that we had tons of mini chakras everywhere. So I like to call them energy doors, just to differentiate between the 7 main chakras and our little energy centers throughout our whole body, or energy doors. There are 7 main chakras, as I mentioned, and starting from the base of the spine going up to the crown of your head or top of your head, it's root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. Let's dive into these 7 main chakras or energy centers. The first chakra is our root chakra. It represents our foundation. When the root chakra is open, we feel grounded and confident in our ability to withstand challenges and stand on our own 2 feet. It's where you feel definitely grounded, stable, secure, all of that. When our root chakra is blocked, we then feel threatened, as if standing on unstable ground. You feel like you can't seem to feel normal or right. And so that's definitely what happens when that chakra is blocked. You just can't seem to ground yourself or feel safe, feel secure. This chakra is located at the base of the spine, but like if you think about it, like in the tailbone area. So really like when you sit, it's like your tailbone, connects with the earth. And that's how you can kind of feel that life source flowing through your root chakra and up. The root chakra controls your survival issues and instincts, such as financial independence, money, and food, but even like supplies like toilet paper, for instance. The root chakra develops between the ages of 1 and 7 years old. Let's talk about the second chakra, your sacral chakra. The sacral chakra informs how we relate to our emotions and the emotions of others. When the sacral chakra is blocked, we feel a lack of control in our lives. The sacral chakra is located in the lower abdomen, about 2 inches below your navel. And what it controls is your sense of abundance, well-being, pleasure, and even sexuality. This chakra develops between the ages of 8 and 14 years old. Your third chakra, the solar plexus chakra, represents your ability to be confident and in control of your life. It's basically like, think back to the last time that you had butterflies or felt the pit in your stomach. That is when the solar plexus chakra is activated. That's exactly where it's located, and it's obviously having a reaction to something that's happening in your life, and that's where you feel that energy center. When the solar plexus chakra is blocked, you might feel an overwhelming amount of shame and self-doubt. When your solar plexus chakra is open, you are free to express your true self. It's located in the upper abdomen in the stomach area. And what it controls is your self-worth, self-confidence, and self-esteem. And it develops between the ages of 15 and 21 years old. Your heart chakra, which is your fourth chakra, is the bridge between the lower chakras associated with materiality and the upper chakras associated with spirituality. The heart chakra influences our ability to give and receive love from others and ourselves. If you have a blocked heart chakra, you will have difficulty fully opening up to the people in your life. With an open heart chakra, you will be able to express deep compassion and empathy for people. It will flow easily out of you. The heart chakra is located in the center of the chest, just above the heart, and it controls love, joy, and inner peace. It develops between the ages of 21 and 28 years old. The throat chakra, which is your fifth chakra, gives voice, literally, to the heart chakra and controls our ability to communicate our personal power. When it's functioning at full capacity, it allows us to express ourselves truly and clearly. And if we have a blocked throat chakra, we will feel like we have trouble finding the words to say how we truly feel. The throat chakra is located literally in the throat area, in your neck, right? Right where your voice box is. That's where your throat chakra is as well. And it controls communication, self-expression, and truth. It develops between the ages of 29 and 35 years old. The third eye chakra, the sixth chakra, controls our ability to see the big picture and connect to our intuition. A lot of people coin the third eye chakra as the eye of the soul. It registers information beyond the surface level. Visions and intuitive hits are not uncommon from someone with an open third eye. They're very, very much connected. The third eye chakra is located in the forehead between the eyes. Another nickname for this chakra is the brow chakra. The third eye chakra controls our intuition, imagination, and wisdom, and it develops between the ages of 36 and 42. The seventh and last chakra is the crown chakra. The crown chakra is the highest chakra. It represents our ability to fully connect spiritually. When you fully open your crown chakra, you are able to access a higher consciousness. And your crown chakra is located at the very top of your head. Even some would say it's located right above your head. And it controls your inner and outer beauty, your spiritual connection. And the crown chakra develops between the ages of 43 and 49 years old. So once you have that flow between your root chakra, all the way through your heart chakra, all the way through your crown chakra, as you have energy flowing through you, then you feel way more connected, way more grounded, way more balanced, way more centered. And that is our ultimate goal in our journey. A lot of people have the belief that we can't open all of our chakras together because we are not in like that density, right? That it's related to. I sort of agree and sort of don't agree with that opinion because I do believe that we are on this earth and we come in this package. And this package isn't limiting, right? Our energy bodies, our spirit bodies aren't limited unless we limit them. And so I come from the perspective of we're all on a journey of healing, and we're all on a journey of discovery, self-discovery, and discovering the world and how it relates to us, how we relate to the world. But I don't come from the mentality of that I'm limited. Just because I'm in third density or, trying to ascend to fourth density or whatever you believe. But I really don't agree with the idea that we're limited and that we can't tap into those energy centers now, even though they're of higher vibration and all of that. I still believe that those energy centers do govern the rest of our body and our soul, and that they do influence us. And I think accessing them in a deeper sense does take work as far as unblocking from your root chakra on up. I do agree with that flow, that if the flow isn't happening from the ground up and there's something that is blocking you from being able to fully open up, to fully unblock and remove any hindrances aside, whether that's fear of the future, pain or trauma from your past, I believe as you heal that you're able to access that. It's not that you don't have access because you haven't ascended to some sort of level of consciousness, enlightenment, expression, healing. I think that it's possible regardless. It's just that we, through life, we experience different things and are influenced and have different kind of mindsets and core beliefs that are formed, right? So it's a matter of opening ourselves to the possibility that we might be wrong and learning and unlearning so that way we're not limited in any way, shape, or form. But I don't believe that we come to this earth limited. I don't believe that we come to this earth lacking our own ability to generate and circulate energy and tap into those things that we have, like intuition or wisdom or things like that. I know that a lot of those things are also learned. And as we experience life and learn things, we tap into our wisdom. We learn from our experiences, and intuition is built. And that capacity, the capacity to have intuition as a child, you grow that. But a lot of children come way intuitive, like they understand spirit and energy and they flow a lot easier. And that may just be their makeup, that they're just tapped in from an early age. Who knows? But I know that there are also people from previous generations that these things were never taught to them or never explained. They're very recently, like more so in the 80s, did chakras really even come into light, maybe even mid to late 70s. Chakras were kind of a big deal and starting to come mainstream as far as what is being discussed on a stage, or even just talked about in a lecture hall. And so we've definitely come a long way now that we're in 2020, but I think that it's really good for us to understand this. But I think that's one thing that I've seen kind of in the whole spirituality world talked about or described or explained. And so that was kind of important for me to share with you, that I don't believe that we come to this earth limited. I think life happens and we end up forming opinions and beliefs and then even experience fear and things like that can hinder the flow of energy, and even at the speed or level that we generate energy. And so that can definitely influence us, but it's not that we come limited. We can totally unblock things and we can remove hindrances and limitations, and we can have and experience that flow of energy. So I'm really excited and looking forward to diving in to these 7 energy centers, these 7 main energy centers. And next week, we're going to dive into the root chakra, the first chakra, and we're going to go all the way up. And so I'm really excited and looking forward to that. And I hope that you join me in this conversation. That's going to be a 7-week conversation, and definitely come back to this episode. And if you just want to kind of briefly have a brief overview of each chakra, again, just to refresh your memory, definitely feel like you can come back to this, fast forward, rewind, all you want, because I think it's really good to have just a brief overview of all the chakras before we go in deep and talk all about each individual one and how it relates, and also my experiences and what I've done as far as reading my energy, healing my energy, restoring it, restoring balance and things like that. And I'm still on that journey as well and discovering, but I definitely want to share with you my experiences and what I've learned along the way through my journey of healing and restoring not just my heart, and my soul, my body, but also my spirit, my energy. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you really enjoyed this. I hope you got some little nuggets, aha moments of oh yeah, that's right. Oh, I feel that way too. I hope that you can relate to this and that you're looking forward to talking all about the root chakra next week and all the rest of them as follows. And I look forward to connecting with you guys on Instagram and Facebook at I Am Soulish to talk about more of the chakras and hear your experiences as well. I'm really looking forward to that. So I will see you there.